broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Well, hello, everybody. It's so quiet in here. It's me by myself. Hello, everybody. Nobody wanted to play with me today. How are we doing, you guys? This is Mark J Freeman here at AFTERBUZZ, and we are going to recap this past week, July 27th of Days of Our Lives. And we're doing it a little differently. We're doing a little fan event since James is in Texas and Tony is in Vancouver. So you get me all by my lonesome. But I get you guys in the chat room. I'm very excited, and we'll take some phone calls. I'll put the phone number in the chat room in just a second. So yeah, I'm excited to be here. I hope you guys are happy to be here too. Make sure you guys are liking our videos and commenting on them. Also, if you're on iTunes and you're listening to the podcast, make sure you guys are liking us, giving us 5 stars. I actually wanted to give a couple shout outs to some of our, I think I have it on here. I do. Some of our iTunes podcast people. We have Hawks Olson, Blackston M, Carolyn Topol, is that you, Carolyn T? Apartment 342, wonder what building. San Lynn, Rosemary 42, and Campy Vamp are all commenting and gave us 5 stars on our iTunes podcast. So thank you guys so much for doing that. We really appreciate it. I was reading your comments. You guys were so nice on there. We love it. So make sure you give us 5 stars, 1 for Tony, 1 for James, 3 for me. See, I can say anything I want. Tony Moore, it's all about me today. So make sure you guys are following me on Twitter at Lorraine Love and on Facebook, facebook.com/the Mark J Freeman. All right, you guys. And I don't even have the little hourglass. So imagine me turning over the hourglass. Let's start Dishing Days. All righty, guys. I'll put the phone number in here too. Let me send that on in the chat room so you guys can, if you guys want to call in and talk to me during these segments, we can do that. All right, I'm going to start today with, because it's my show, I'm starting with my boy Billy Flynn, Chad DeMira. We're going to talk about Chad first because, you know, I get to do what I want to do now. Well, the week started out with Abby finding out that she can have her paternity test done, and Aunt Kayla. Isn't it nice to have an aunt who's the chief of staff and can do your paternity test on the DL? Thank goodness I can't get pregnant, and I don't have an aunt that could do that for me. So yeah, she's gonna do her. They gave Martin, I do believe his name was Martin. I'm sure Susie or somebody will correct me if I'm wrong on that name in the chat room. So Martin is going to take the tests, the blood work, and have the test done, and then he gets accosted. Ooh, we already have a caller. Okay, but let me finish. Let me just get the real cap in, and then we'll open that up. So Clyde stops Martin in the park, threatens his wife, and this paternity madness is going to start. So who is our caller? Do we have our caller? It's probably Cheryl. That's my guess, because Cheryl's always the first one to call.
Oh, sorry, the call just dropped.
Oh, man. Oh, she'll call back. I guarantee you it was Cheryl. I know it was Cheryl. I don't know if she's in the chat room, but, oh, maybe it's Daquan. How was Daquan liking the show with just me? Sorry, Daquan. Yeah, so Clyde confronted Martin in the park about wanting him to tell Abby that the test is actually not the person whose blood test it is, because he knows now that it's not, that Ben is doesn't have his blood in the hospital. He just knows that it's somebody that has blood in the hospital. So he is going to basically blackmail him and have it so that it appears to be his son's. And so our caller is here. Who's our caller? Hello.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, who's this?
It's Jamel from Brooklyn.
Hi, Jamel. How are you?
I'm doing good. It is such a different show tonight, definitely. But I'm just happy I'm happy that we get a chance to call in. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. We thought it would be a fun idea since they couldn't be here, and I have nobody to argue with. So it's, I'm not as fun if I don't have someone.
Well, let me do this too. I'm saying, hey, Daquan, how you doing? The other co-host, like RuPaul be saying, the Pork Chop say, hey, Pork Chop, hey, girl, hey, Daquan, how you doing? How you doing, boo? Come on now.
I'm hoping he'll call in. I think he's afraid of me. I think I've intimidated him.
Oh no! You give him so much love. I mean, he like the third coat.
I know exactly. Yes. I should have had him come in. I don't know where Daquan even lives. Maybe he's in the chat room. He can tell me that. What are you thinking of the of this storyline with Clyde and the paternity test?
Yeah, well, I don't like it. I really don't. I mean, I think you had wonderful actress on a couple of weeks ago, and I think it was the last time I called. And I think Christelle, I don't say her name right, but she played Jordan. And both of them together and everything he was doing, the actor is wonderful. I mean, he's a brilliant actor. But I think what's so funny, because that's the thing I guess I missed tonight. But you're quite funny too with your delivery, so I can throw this to you. I think it's so funny that. Days of Our Lives, these guys, Stefano and Victor, these kings of crime, are like 15 years behind the time of Tony Soprano. Now, in The Sopranos, we had Tony who was always getting bugged all the time, and he would go to the basement and put the music on. And, this is in 2000. Okay, so now we're in 2015. And we got these legends of crime, and they don't know how to beat the bugs inside the house. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I want to hear. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. I mean, and he Clyde getting to get all this information, and I know in the chat room people are saying, "Oh, please don't let it be another, serial stalker," which I love. You all mentioned it before, but I mean, it was so campy. The sort of the Salem stalker. That was my favorite time of all. With Marlene say, "Since I'm the Salem stalker, you know what, Miss Hall, and you must die." Oh, well, we rolled, we died when she delivered that line. Yeah. But I think that it'll be Clyde who'll be killed off. Because he's increasingly becoming more menacing. Yeah. And the way the actor plays it, and for daytime, I would say he's not Bryan Cranston, but he's playing it with such a dimension of darkness. Yeah. That's not really cartoonish. It's quite menacing. I think he'll be knocked off. But yes.
I was going to say, I think that that's one of the things I like about Victor so much is he is a bad boy and he is manipulative and he does his dirty deeds. But when it's all said and done, you just love Victor. And I don't have a soft spot for Clyde right now. So
no.
Yeah, it's just no. I don't think very many people are going to miss him when he's gone.
Maybe I'm not going to. I mean, he's a brilliant actor, but just the way that how they give him is so obnoxious. Yeah. But what you said, Billy Flynn, I would say because that's your man, that's your boy right there. Boy. I would say, what. Didn't he do wonderful work this week? I mean, his revelation to the actress to play Abigail was really emotional, wasn't it? It was quite deep, the two of them together.
If you're going to get me started on Billy Flynn, don't even, because I will talk for the whole 45 minutes about my boy Billy Flynn. He was amazing this week. And it's just the levels and the, last 2 weeks ago we were talking about how evil he was being to Abigail. And then this week I was just like, Abigail, how can you not love him? So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I wish that if that was there with Clyde, I wouldn't have a problem at all having him stick around, but I'm just not getting that. It's just mean.
Well, I think he did wonderful work. I think the actor, coming on and taking on for another actor who is quite wonderful too, he's doing such beautiful different things with it. And I would say the last thing for this week was, we have the Will and the Sunny and all that. And, I didn't call last week, but I loved the basketball scene. I mean, that was everything. If Derek would have came up in there and took his shirt off, I think I would have been reaching for my snow and salt. Come on now. We had all the muscle mussels and they bought greaves. I said, what? Daytime? Okay, come on with it. Come with it now. Oh, it was everything. But that was last week. But yeah, this week was still pretty cute. And Friday we had a kiss between Paul and Derek.
Yes.
And it was delicious.
Oh,
unfortunately, that Sonny, had to see it. And their relationship, Paul and Derek, is not destined. But it was wonderful. It was a wonderful treat for the viewers because I love all those guys who played those characters.
Right. Right.
But last week was everything. If Derek, like I said, if he came in, I would have been reaching for my smell whistle because it was enough with them. And it was so funny that the guy who plays Sonny, no matter if it's 300 degrees out, he'll never take that shirt off. Well, he won't take that shirt off. And I say, well, baby, why would you? I wouldn't do it either with the Hercules is all around them. Come on.
No, I hear you there. I'm all about those boys too. I think they're doing a fantastic job as well. There's a lot of people in the chat room that are agreeing with you too that Clyde needs to go, and I don't think it's going to be very far off. I mean, since we know that he's leaving Salem soon. So, well, thank you so much for calling. Let's go. I'll try and get some other people in here too. So, I appreciate it. I love talking to you guys, and stay in the chat room and stuff, and add your 2 cents, and I'll make sure I'm staying in touch with what you guys are talking about out there.
Okay, I'm going to continue to watch, and I think it was going to be a announcement tonight, wasn't it? Something that you was going to be announcing?
Oh, maybe
that you was talking about on Facebook.
Maybe, you never know. You have to stick around. If I tell you now, then you stop watching.
A little bit with that.
You got to stick around and watch. You got to stick around and watch.
Okay.
All righty. Take care. Have a good one. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
All righty. So you guys, all right. So so I think that's pretty much how that goes. I think we all kind of agree that Clyde needs to go. I saw that a lot of you are, Lily is saying Clyde is very intimidating. Oh, Cheryl's in there. I mean, she's going to be calling soon. Oh, we got another one. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go. Let's do it. Let's bring in another caller. Who do we got?
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
It's Carolyn from Connecticut.
Hi, Carolyn. How are you?
Great.
Were you the Carolyn?
I love seeing you by yourself. You're doing it wonderful.
Oh, thank you so much. I got a chat roll. I've got you on the phone. I've got my notes. I'm like tweeting. I'm overwhelmed. So good. I'm glad that I look like I'm calm and collected.
You do. You look great.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So what are you thinking about this Abby, Chad, Clyde, Ben storyline?
First of all, I have to say, I rarely cry at a soap opera scene. It takes a lot for me to do that. But Billy Flynn got some tears from me this week.
Right?
He actually did.
Right?
He was amazing.
Oh, he was so good. I was like, look at him go. Look at him go. Oh, it was so good. So good.
Yeah. When I started to sniffle, I was like, oh, this is crazy. How could I be so emotional? But he was great.
And you know what else I love? I wanted to make sure I mentioned this when we talk about the storyline today. When he left to go to the park, when he left Will's apartment, I loved. Did you everyone catch that he kissed him on the cheek? He kissed Will on the cheek. I loved it. I was like, yes, I love it. What's that?
Did you see his tweet about that?
I wasn't his tweet about Freddie that he tried.
An ad-lib.
He what?
He had ad-libbed that.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. Well, I saw that he tweeted something about trying to kiss Freddie on the cheek, but Freddie kind of, you can see it in I think it was like 2 or 3 episodes ago that he kind of didn't let him. So I love that he did it. I was just like, that's fantastic. That's brilliant. I love it. Oh,
yes, it was great.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Which is probably why Guy's face looked like it did.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think it's great. I mean, I think we all agreed that having Abigail go through another pregnancy thing and all that stuff was kind of, like, again. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, obviously, we all know how it's getting set up to be Chad's, but we're going to pretend it's Ben's. And now there's a proposal. That was quick.
Yeah, some of this feels a little rushed. So
well, it's kind of
how it all turns out.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of.
If you read,
go ahead.
What?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, but then if you read like the Soap Opera Digest thing, it's like she's going to, of course, go with Ben because it's for the baby, because she thinks the baby's his, and whatever.
Right. Well, I think that that proposal was about as quick as Daniel and Nicole's proposal, which I can't even.
Yeah, that one was a little bit ridiculous too.
I'm
not even going to go there.
Yeah, I know. Well, and unfortunately, I know. And it was funny. I was writing my notes, and I have Daniel Nicole storyline next in my notes. And as much as you guys all know how much I am not a fan of Daniel, I was just like, oh, I don't even want to put it in my notes. I don't even want to talk about it because it's so annoying. I'm like, how is it that 2 weeks ago you wanted not, like, it was just we all know it was anger, hatred. He was, asking Eric for permission to even date her. And now it's like, how does Eric feel about this? I'm like, no, she's not yours. She wasn't yours to begin with. She was Eric's. So let's dial it back, Daniel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah. I can't with that. And now Maggie wants to have an engagement party. I'm like, really? Really, Maggie? You don't even like Nicole. I can't.
Yeah, I'm sure they're just going to love that.
Oh, I can't. I just can't. Only good thing is if they do have this is the only bright shining spot I thought about the engagement party is that if they have an engagement party, Victor's going to be there, and that will be Days of Our Lives gold. Because anytime he's there with Nicole, I'm a happy person.
Oh, yeah. Well, anytime Victor's on screen, I'm usually a happy person. I love Victor.
Oh, he's the best. He's absolutely the best. Yeah, I get. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna waste on Daniel because I can't. Hashtag I can't. Sorry, Daniel. Can't do it. But I don't think we've actually got any confirmation that he's leaving the show, right? Does anyone in the chat room know? If it hasn't been confirmed, there's talk about it, correct?
I think there's a lot of rumors.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rumors about a lot of people now, so it's hard to say.
Well, I mean, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that he will be on his way out. And sorry for, I think Cheryl likes Daniel, so I'm sorry. Oh, no, Cheryl's saying no, Dan Nicole. Okay, good. All right, I was thinking I was going to upset her, but I'm not. Okay, good. All right, Carol, thank you so much for calling.
Thank you. It was fun.
I love getting to chat with you guys. This is actually a lot of fun for me.
Oh, great.
Because Tony always yells at me for watching you guys in the chat room, so. Now I get to spend all this time with you guys, and I love it. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. All right, guys, so let's go to our next storyline. I am watching you guys in the chat room. I see that you guys are, who says, oh, Ericole. Okay, I thought it said Danicole was great. I was like, Susie, we might have to fight because that is not even going to happen. Daniel is okay. Mr. Christian has been good. I heard a rumor, but I don't like it. Daniel will be moving England with Melanie. Oh, Sarah, please let that be true. Your lips to God's ears, let that be true. I'm not going to read Cheryl's comment. Cheryl, watch your language in my chat room. Yeah, I hope, I wouldn't mind them going. I am hoping, well, that if you, well, we'll get to that later because I don't want to spoil anything for later. All right, so the next storyline I'm going to talk about, you guys, is the Teresa Brady let's find a nanny, super nanny scenes with Teresa and Anne kind of concocted a plan to bring in a whole bunch of bad nannies, which I don't really understand the point of that. Why he just, I guess, just to drag out being able to stay with Brady at the mansion. And then while she's away, I love that Brady and Maggie thought that they were. Sorry, they're giving me notes behind everybody. Sorry, guys. They're making me laugh on purpose. That Brady and Maggie kind of figure out that Teresa's up to something, but they don't quite figure it out. And then Brady ends up finding Emma, the best nanny in the world, who, is it just me? Tell me in the chat room. Was it just me, or could Emma not even hold a baby properly? Was I the only one that noticed that she was holding that baby? Very, very weird for somebody who has taken care of babies and was supposed to be the new Julie Andrews. That just kind of threw me for a little bit. And Miss Crabtree with the spitting out the gum, and I mean, it was a it was a little over the top, even for days. And you know, I know it's daytime television, but I just can't with the Mrs. Crabtree. I do believe her name was Mrs. Crabtree. Yeah. So, but we do have Emma now taking care. I just hope you guys that I think you guys will agree with me. I hope that Teresa kind of learns from this and just stops, gets her apartment and just let things happen, because she obviously is going to have to spend time with Brady, and hopefully just that in itself will bring them together, and it won't have to be her coming up with ridiculous stories to try to get him out interested in her again and all that stuff. And I can't. So our next storyline I'm going to move quickly to is Sunny, Will, Paul, and Derek, the double date of the gays. Thank you, our Melvin fan. She agrees with me. I'm assuming about the Teresa Brady situation. Yeah, Chloe is not going to be happy a bit about the engagement. Yeah, I agree with that too. I forgot about that Daniel and Nicole, and then Chloe's going to find out. And we know that Chloe's making an appearance very soon, I think. She's the next one probably to appear. So she's probably going to put a wrench in the Nicole and Daniel situation. I think she's only there for a day, though, so I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. If you guys, again, if anybody wants to call in and chat with me, Daquan. Our number here is 424-256-1729, and I am watching the chat roll too while I'm talking, so keep joining in the conversation. So let's talk about Sunny, Will, Paul, and Derek, the double date. We do find out that Will is kind of in cahoots with Derek. Oh, we have a phone call. Let's take the phone call while I talk about the gay storyline. Who do we have with us today?
Hello? My name is Susie.
Hi, Susie.
Hi.
Is this Susie Morales?
It sure is.
Ah, you're trying to fool me, aren't you?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Who am I speaking to?
This is Mark.
Hi.
Did you think you were ordering a Pizza Hut pizza, Susie? What's going on with you? Are you drinking at home?
I'm looking for you, and you're cooking.
Susie, put the tequila away, okay? I'm the only one who's allowed to drink during AFTERBUZZ.
How's everything going?
Good. Other than the fact that you don't even know who you're calling, Susie.
No, I know I was calling, but I'm watching the show live, so I'm talking to you.
Yeah,
and
it's
you're
hard
talking.
because there's a delay, right? There's probably a delay, so when you see me, you have to go back and watch it again because it'll make me look all funky. Yeah. No, don't do that. Don't do that, Susie. I cover it up so I don't even see it because I don't want to see it till I get home. So what are you thinking about this whole Derek and Will? They are kind of in cahoots, huh? We find out.
I'm not happy about it, and I'm a Christopher Sean fan, and I love Paul Morita, and I am just not happy with this Derek and Will thing, and I hope it backfires on Will again.
And I think it will. I don't know. I'm interested to see how much of it is planned. Like I'm curious if like the storyline about his parents is actually fake. They kind of hinted to that, but I don't know how much of it is fake and how much he's making up, and if Will told him to make that up or it's just something like he kind of came up with. That'll be interesting for me to see how much they've actually put into the plan. You know what I mean?
And I'm also thinking that somewhere along the line, that little bullying kind of thing was not real. I think that Will has something to do with that as well.
I thought that too, Susie. I thought that too. I was like, I wonder if they set it up to have those guys come in and do that. It seemed a little excessive, and if it is, hello, son of Sammy, because he definitely is Sammy's son then.
Well, I am really hoping that somewhere along the line Will gets over these insecurities because they're not really founded.
No.
And although I think Sonny has some little issues unresolved with Paul and his feelings, I really am tired of seeing Will go through these extremes where it doesn't even make sense because
I agree.
Sonny's still with him.
Yep. I agree. And I loved that Lucas, when he was talking to Will on Monday, when he leaves the park, he even says, "You're worse than your mother." Now that's saying a lot.
Okay, but there's only one Sammy. Let's be real.
Now, if we think about it, though.
And I know Daquan would agree with me, though. If he was online, he would say the same thing.
True.
There's only one Sammy.
That's true. And don't forget her Sam. And this just popped into my head just now as we were talking, Susie. Just dawned on me. Sammy is, you're Susie. She's Sammy. Sammy is Marlena's daughter, obviously. But Marlena, at one point, was possessed by the devil. Ironic.
Would that not be something?
See, right? So Sammy, in a sense, is the daughter of the devil. I'm going there. I'm going there 100%.
There, okay, mister?
I don't have Jay.
I'm a Sammy fan.
Oh, I am too. Oh, trust me. I'm right there with you. Don't get me wrong at all. I'm just saying that just came to me and I had to share it because that's how I roll.
That's how you roll.
That's how I roll.
Pizza rolls?
I said to them before we started, because somebody wrote it in the chat room, was like, oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to bring pizza rolls, but I forgot. I'm sorry. I'll have some at home.
That's okay.
I'll have some at home, and I'll think of you guys. Thank you.
The chat room loves you anyway.
Everyone's being so nice. Everyone's being so nice. Yes. Thank you guys so much. Love having you guys call.
Well, I appreciate that you taking my call.
Oh, I actually didn't even pick it up. I actually told them not to answer your phone call, so it's kind of annoying.
Yeah, I figured that. Since there was a delayed reaction on my part, but the tequila already affected me.
If I had the little panel here, Susie, I would have been like, skip that call. Sorry, we lost your call, Susie. I don't know what happened. You know I would never do that to you, Susie.
Well, we appreciate what you do for us. We love you in the chat room.
Thank you so much, Susie. Thank you for joining me today.
All right, you have a good one.
You too. And this was Mark. Don't forget, you called Mark at AFTERBUZZ.
Yes, I'm calling Mark Freeman.
Yes, that's me. That's me.
Take care.
Take care too. All right, guys. Thank you, guys. And yeah, I see that you guys too are also talking in. That's a huge reach, Carolyn. It's not that huge of a reach with Sammy being the daughter of the devil. I think it would explain a lot. Oh, look, my sister's in the chat room, everybody. Say hello to my sister. She's watching. I think my mom's watching, too. Be careful what you say. Cheryl, so watch what you're saying in the chat room, because my mom is in there now. And if you no more potty mouth, okay? No more potty mouth. All right. So now let's talk about, you guys, I saw you guys were talking in the chat room about the fight with the boys in the club. Again, I don't know how much of that was if it was staged or not. I kind of hope not, because that's a little out there. But I do have to give a couple shout outs for some quotes, because there was a lot of funny going on during that. Was when Will says to the guys, when they're calling them queers and all the stuff, he's like, what century are you living in? And it was so true. It was like, really, guys? It's 2015. Dial it back. And then, actually, I loved this quote. It wasn't even that funny, but I loved when Rafe was talking to John about the fight. And he says, we see this all the time in the police force, da-da-da. And then when Rafe says, when the stupid is dressed up in a nice place, it throws you off. And that is very true. That is very, very true. And I just love that quote, and I thought it was great. I love how Days is handling these storylines. Again, I don't know if Derek's story about his parents not loving him and all that, if that's really, really off, the mark of how it really is. I'll be interested to see how they have a storyline like that, where they're not as accepting as, Sonny's family's been, Will's family's been, Paul's family's been. I mean, I think that's more leaning towards how things are going in society today, but it'll be interesting to see if they do go there with Derek's family and stuff. And then one little quick tidbit before I leave the Sonny storyline. Was it just me on Friday at the very end of the episode that it was absolutely odd that Sonny shows up in the park carrying Ariana? I can't. I was like, oh, all of a sudden he just decided to take Ari for a walk in the park and spy. I don't get, and how did him and Will get separated? Because Will went back to the apartment to see Chad, and then he ended up in the park just shows up randomly with the child in the park in the middle of the night. Just thought it was odd. Just wanted to point that out. All right, guys, let's move to the next story. Who's with me here? Let's check the chat room here before I move on. Good quote. Yes, I agree, Deidre. Oh, we got a phone call. Maybe it's my sister. Hello, who's calling right now? Hello?
Hello?
Did I already get hung up on? Who is this?
This is Cheryl.
Oh, Cheryl, watch your potty mouth in the chat room.
I will try. Can't make any promises. I did say hi to your sister.
Oh, my sister just said my mom isn't on yet. She's having trouble with her computer. So.
I thought she was getting pizza rolls, getting ready.
That could be too. That's where I learned it from. It's good blood. It's good blood. Do you have any thoughts on this Sonny, Will, Derek, Paul storyline and the fight and all that stuff? I'm sure you have an opinion, Cheryl.
You missed my comment.
What'd you say?
Will has turned into the Grand Devil.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
I don't recognize him anymore. I mean, I really used to like Will, but I don't recognize his desperation.
You know what? I was just thinking too. We were talking when I was talking earlier to the first caller, and I'm totally drawing a blank on his name right now. Jamal. Something like that. I had said about Clyde that I just don't have any empathy for him. You know what I mean? And I was saying that about Clyde, and the same thing with Will. It's just I'm upset, I'm angry, I'm going to take it out on everybody. I just don't feel sorry for him. And if I felt sorry for him, or felt like there was some sort of empathy for him, it would, I think, change the whole dynamic of the storyline. And it's just like I'm angry and I want to get revenge on everybody.
Well, I think the thing that makes me maddest of all about the Will that we're watching this week and for the last couple of weeks is that he was always so hard on Sammy for being exactly the same way he's being.
Yeah, I agree.
He was always like, "You disgust me. You're a terrible mother. Look what you've done." And he's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
He was the most unforgiving of all of Sammy's schemes.
Yeah.
And he's doing the same scheming. It's like taking a page from her book since the rest of his plans haven't worked.
Exactly. I just don't. I'm kind of just done. I'm like, you know what? If he's just going to keep being nasty and horrible, then I've got nothing else to say. I don't want to give him even airtime. You know what I mean? Like, why?
Well, I don't want Will with Sonny.
Yeah.
And I don't want Paul with Derek. And if Freddie's leaving, that really doesn't leave Paul's son. I mean, that leaves Paulson.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Horita. That's what's left.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that where they're going is a Will, Paul, Derek triangle.
Yeah, I think so. I think they have to, because if Sonny's leaving, then what else are they going to do?
They need to bring another gay man in, Mark. Get yourself on the roll.
Well, okay. Your lips to God's ears, Cheryl, okay?
You got better hair than Billy Flynn.
Oh. Okay, you know what? Only because it's my Billy Flynn you were talking about. Okay, I'll take that. He's got better eyes.
Billy.
His eyes he's got my eyes beat, hands down. He's got the blue eyes, so.
You could be his brother. Oh. I mean, you could be the
Stop, Cheryl.
one of Madeline's other children.
Cheryl, I'm replacing Tony with you, and we'll just sit up here every week, and you can tell me how fabulous I am.
I'm coming there. I'm on a plane.
Oh, Cheryl, I love when you call. You make my day. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mark.
All righty. Have a good one. I'm just going to try and wrap things up here because we're running low on time. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, just a couple other quick things, guys. I just wanted to say before we get into our segments and stuff real quick, is just that the Norita cologne, well, it was, oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank on the name of the cologne? Somebody quick in the chat room, tell me the name, oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank on the name of the cologne? I have it written down. Who's going to get it to me first? Who's going to give it to me first? Am I going to find it, or are you guys going to tell me? What's the name of the cologne? It is called, oh my gosh, what's the name of it? Vanquish. It was Vanquish. And now it's going to be Norita. So that was one of the things. And then I love that we're seeing more of John and Marlena falling in love and all that stuff. And then also JJ and his getting in with the drugs and everything. I don't know. You guys know how I feel about that. Whatever. We did see bicentennial papers show up again. We keep seeing that at the end of the episodes. And hello, Hope and Aiden. Go take a ballroom dance class if you want to keep dancing around Salem. That's all I got to say. All right, so let's do. Let me see if I have Tony's video. We were waiting to see if it. Oh, we got it. All right. So let's go to our segments, and we have some videos here of Tony's 3 Snaps Award. Let's check it out.
Hey all you Dish and Days fans, it's Tony Moore. Sorry I couldn't be with you live in the studio, but hopefully Mark is doing a great job by himself. And Mark, for the first time, it's all about you. But I wanted to make sure that you guys got the official 3 Snaps Award for this week. My 3 Snaps Award will go to the 2 babysitters vying for the position of the new nanny with Brady and Teresa. One that I love to call Mary Poppins, and the other one that I love to call Miss Churchbull. If you don't know who Miss Churchbull is, look up Matilda.
Google it.
But that whole scene when they were both in the interview at the same time, and clearly one was better than the other, classic. So that gets my official 3 Snaps award. Hope you guys are having a great time. And Mark, remember, this time it's all about you.
You guys heard that.
Take care, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right, it's all about me, guys. But let's get in James Lott Jr. He sent in his Look Who's Related segment. So hopefully we can get that to play for you guys as well, so you can see who is related in Salem. Here we go.
Hello, I am so sorry that I cannot be there today in person on the panel talking about Days of Our Lives. I am in Texas for a wedding, so I didn't want to leave behind my segment, so I'm saying this to you. And my Look Who's Related actually is kind of honoring a character who's coming back to the show mixed with a character who's on the show already. And so they'll be both on the show at the same time. It works. My 2 people that I'm talking about are Lucas Roberts and Sean Douglas Brady. Okay, follow along. Sean is the son of Hope Brady, who Hope is the daughter of the late Addie Horton. Lucas is the son of Bill Horton. Bill and Addie were brother and sister, which makes Hope and Lucas first cousins, which makes Sean Douglas and Lucas first cousins once removed, or you can say second cousins, depending on which use you want to use. Kind of funny. So essentially, Lucas and Sean Douglas both are Hortons. They're part of the Horton family tree. And they were also related in another way by marriage when Kate was married to Victor, because Sean Douglas is Victor's grandson, Lucas is Kate's son. So they were kind of related that way too. So 2 different ways. So Lucas Roberts, Sean Douglas Brady, Look Who's Related. See you next time.
Thank you, James. We miss you guys here at AfterBuzz. Wish you could be here. And travel safe and get back here next week with me. All right? So let's jump to my quote of the week. My quote of the week, there were a couple that were, Annie sent me a couple. You guys always love to send me stuff during the week. But the one that I chose this week goes to my girl Jen Lilly. Goes to my girl Jen Lilly. I actually missed it the first time I watched Wednesday's episode, and then when I rewatched it, I caught it. Was when the Mrs. Crabtree is leaving, and she's talking about how she's never going to get Daddy Warbucks in there to hire her over Julie friggin' Andrews. And Jen Lilly says, "You're mixing your musical metaphors." Thank you, Jen Lilly, for that. Thank you on behalf of all of us musical lovers out there. She was mixing her musical metaphors. So thank you so much, Jen Lilly. You get my quote of the week. And then let's do real quick, if we can, those our segment that we're doing here for the 50th anniversary of Days of Our Lives is Those Were the Days. And I've actually been really wanting to do this since we started doing Those Were the Days. My Those Were the Days person is, and I do believe we have a picture of her, is Miss Calliope Jones, played by, look at that hat. How do you not love Calliope Jones? Played by Arlene Sorkin. She actually came onto the show in 1984. She was a seamstress for Liz Curtis. Her first scenes were with Anna Demira. She was making a dress for Anna Demira, and then she ended up having a diamond necklace that Stefano wanted for whatever Stefano reason he wanted it, which brought her into the forefront of the storyline. Then later she became a talk show host, I don't know if you guys remember, with Jennifer, and then she left the show and left Jennifer do the show by herself, and that was in 1990 was when she left that time. And then since 2006 she returned as a wedding planner. She's had several different jobs: wedding planner, show host, owner of Beat Bar, hostess at Wings, hostess at Blondie's, fashion designer, and seamstress. So she's done it all. She was the original Anne. She's Anne like times 250. She's the best. I would love to see her come back for the Days 50th. Maybe we should start a new hashtag. Bring Calliope back. Maybe we'll have to. All right, guys, those were the days. And let's move quickly then here into some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I sure did, that they are revealing now that there is going to be a murder mystery starting at the end of the month. So my hope is that Daniel Jonas needs to be scared. Very, very scared. In a perfect world, that's what's going to happen. So basically, I think everybody who we've seen on the show that is leaving, I'm guessing is probably going to be going by way of this murderer. Also, I wanted to mention, you guys, I do have to say, and this was one of my big announcements today. I don't know who follows me on Twitter and who's watching this or not, but Billy Flynn now follows me on Twitter. Thank you very much. That was my big news. It's very exciting for me. But I also told him I would definitely talk about his event coming up, Flynn at the Falls in Niagara Falls, Canada. It'll be October 3rd and 4th. You can get more information about the event at www.flynnatthefalls.ca because it's in Canada. So it's .ca, not .com. There's the picture. There's my boy Billy hidden in the corner there. And there's Flynn at the Falls is on Twitter too if you want to know more information about that. I did see on the website that the VIP is selling out. He is definitely you're going to get to do a lot of stuff with the VIP tour. You're going to get to see the falls. You get to go to the Skylon Tower with Billy, ride the Maid of the Mist, which is a boat I do believe does a little tour around the falls. There it is. It's docked right there. It's supposed to be really fun and exciting, and if I could go to Canada, I would, and I'd spend the entire day with Billy, just because that's how I roll. So yeah, so make sure you check it out. It's www.flynnatthefalls.ca, not .com, .ca. And they also are doing, if you purchase tickets before, I do believe it's August 31st. You might want to look on the website too, just to make sure, but I'm almost positive it's August 31st. They are going to buy back tickets. They're going to choose somebody, and they're going to buy back your tickets. So it could end up being free. So get them early. There's all different price ranges and stuff on there too. So if you live in that area over there, was that upstate New York? Is that over there? I don't know. This is AfterBuzz. This is in geography class. So just make sure you check that out. And last but not least, for news and gossip, I just want to make sure you guys all know, I'm not sure if you're aware of this either, but I finally, because of the demand that you guys wanted, I created a Twitter for my hair. Yes, you heard it here. My hair has a Twitter. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So those of you who follow me on Twitter or on my Facebook page, check out at Livin' for the Hair. That's the number 4. So Livin', no G, Livin' for the letter 4, the hair. So I expect to get off the air in 2 minutes here and see that I have 100 new friends because you guys all watch this and you're going to friend my hair on Twitter. And hope my hair will be tweeting all the time. You just wait. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me all by myself and keeping me company on the phones and in the chat room. And I'm sorry if I didn't get to read some of your stuff in the chat rooms and everything. I did want to give a quick shout out to James' aunt. James, my co-host here, his Aunt Faith always watches and she loves me. So I just wanted to give her a big shout out, and to Annie and everybody else who posts on my pages and follows me on Twitter and all that stuff. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Lorraine Love, LORAYNELOVE, on Instagram and on Facebook, /the Mark J Freeman. And don't forget to follow my hair, Living for the Hair. Thank you guys for joining me, and we will see you next week, and hopefully I'll have more people here with me. Thank you guys. Love you. Mwah.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.